word on the street is, I won't say from who, but you have Venom in the deck.
I don't. Does the man have songs? Yes. Is the man planning on dropping more songs?
I put this on everything.
Party people.
I love this.
It's your boy
My
MAZ.
my clothes. What is this? I thought I told you this is my world, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, what it do?
What it do?
It's your boy MAZ. All right. Machine, I'm watching you. Packed house tonight. J. Ross, Weekly Views in here. What's going on? Chaz behind the lens. D, what up? The Mrs. Lambo, hi. How you doing? And then my guy.
Skrills.
What's going on, bro?
Big chillin'. Reliving my childhood, type shit.
Just, talking to, a legend that definitely played a part in the soundtrack to our lives, you know what I mean? And listen, man, when it comes to mixtape DJs, right? And I'm going to include you in this part.
Okay.
So, the East Coast, obviously, to be solidified, Who Kid was the man. If you had a Who Kid tape, you was doing something. If you're on the tape with Envy, you was doing something. Flex, Clue, you was doing something. DJ Drama, Gangster Grills, that, enough said.
Yeah.
Right. In Texas, if you were doing something, it wasn't solidified unless you had a tape done by this man to the right. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mixtape Mechanic, DJ RAPID RIC.
Thank you, bro.
Keep having to call out the Mixtape Mechanic. Come on, man. RAPID RIC, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Come on. No, thank you for taking time out your busy schedule to come to kick it with us and chop it up and, go down memory lane.
I fuck with the Mazi movement. This is
Come
good.
on, man.
Yeah. There's some dope people that you've highlighted, you know what I'm saying? That
For sure.
Probably wouldn't make it to other podcasts, so I'm glad to be here.
Oh man, thank you so much, bro. That means a lot. Coming from you, like I said, a guy that really, when I'm saying handed a really played a pivotal part as far as the music and providing the score to my life, you was definitely in it for sure. From What It Do 1 with Cam on the cover, What It Do 2, as we heard before we came in here with Bun B and Killer Calion. What It Do 3, Trey.
Yeah.
What It Do 4 as well. That's another big one.
What It Do Family,
What It Do 5, the What It Do Family. Can't forget What It Do Radio. What was the other one? Get Your Weight Up. The mixtapes in between. We're gonna get all into that because look at all that right there.
Yeah. Before the relays, after the relays.
Oh man, come on, the What It Do album. Come on, man.
Wow.
A lot of people like the Fistful of Dollars, or they like the greatest. Oh, I like the greatest verses ones, like the 0 one, or like the Bun B one.
Yeah. City Boys and Magno.
City Boys and Magno. Versatile Child 1, 2, and 3.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Wow.
All
We
those
could
are
really
fun.
get to it, man.
Yeah, fun to DJ and then fun. I also engineered a lot of those. I started to learn how to record people on the mic, doing my mixtapes.
Yeah.
So it was really fun to get those mixtape sounding songs to album level. Even Charlie Boy Bumper Grill, how we recorded that. In a little house on 16th and Chestnut in Austin, Texas, and then just hits.
Yeah.
Just for fun, just on some mixtape stuff.
Yeah.
Felt good to do that.
So let me ask you, man, because we're in a different era when it comes to music and how it's being consumed and all that. How do you feel about the music that's being consumed now? Because I feel like the mixtape era was an era, bro. It was something special that you just had to be there and be a part of.
I thought it was a really good time from creation to final product. Now it's quicker, right? Because you can just mix and master. I can send it to someone. They can do the files that quick. Early 2000s, it was kind of quick, a little quicker than the 70s, right? A little quicker than the 80s, a little quicker than the 90s, but it would still take, you could kind of see the pattern. Someone's getting hot. Ooh, someone drops a mixtape.
Right.
Ooh, someone's building up got something going on with a single, and then
leads to the album.
Maybe a record label or something kind of will pick up on it or
not.
So you can kind of see the progress a lot more. It was just different than views. You would see growth, in person. You'd see them drop more projects. So it was a cool era for that.
Right. And I kind of missed that because you definitely saw the growth in the artist. And if you ask me, and I think a lot of labels had an issue with it too, that a lot of the mixtapes were better than the albums.
Yeah. Well, it just, you get that, or you get like songs that would like be not cleared for an album that ended up on a mixtape. You're like, damn, those songs were dope. That should have got cleared. You
Exactly.
know? So yeah, things like that.
Yeah, for sure. So for those who have been living under a rock, man, like how did you even get started with this? For you becoming DJing and then basically leading the mixtape pack in the state of Texas.
I've been DJing since high school, right? So I'm from Del Rio, Texas. I'm like 2 hours from here. Okay. I'm like right from the border. So in the border in the late 90s, we didn't even have a pop station. Like all we had was Spanish and country. So people were already kind of accustomed to making their own mixtape. Like, all right, like I ain't listening to this shit. When I get in my car. You didn't this pre-internet. So my oldest sisters did mixtapes. Like kind of like would kind of like create their own songs and stuff. My cousin started DJing. A group of friends and I in high school started DJing. We used to DJ across the border in Acuña. And so we'd like already have a cool arsenal of records. Like we're DJing on vinyl for college kids coming across the border to go drink. This is like pre-cartel when it was very safe to go across the border.
Right. I used to hear stories about guys living like in El Paso.
Was the golden era of the border. It was the late 90s too, like totally safe. Go get drunk for $7 and come right back. like great.
Yeah.
So that's when we DJ'd over there. So we're already kind of like DJing for folks 18 to 25 at that time, at 15 years old. People in high school would say, hey, make me a mixtape, right? And they want club stuff, they want rap stuff. I would put Outkast with like dance, like techno stuff. We did that. When I moved to Austin in 1999 and then I did a mixtape there to just try to get hot, to get on the parties and stuff.
For sure.
And then it was just kind of like figuring it out. I was like, I want to do a mixtape, but I want to put this like Christina Aguilera acapella on top of a Dr. Dre beat, like really weird, like kind of testing the water stuff.
Sure.
It sounded pretty cool.
That's dope.
Kind of like, that shit's popular now, like on Spotify, like kind of combining weird shit. So then I started getting into, there was all these mixtapes out, right? And so my favorite people of mixtapes listening were like DJ Screw, Michael Watts.
Yeah.
And then I like West Coast DJs and Chicago DJs. Chicago's DJs did like a bunch of like Latin hip hop stuff that was really popular here in San Antonio on the south side, like on the west side. They would just kind of do like mixes, put instrumentals on top of like acapellas on top of different instrumentals, scratch stuff on top of that. DJ Rectangle is a DJ out of LA or the West Coast that I listen to a lot.
Yeah.
He would be a battle DJ and then would also do the same thing. But on his mixtapes, it would be like, he'd get like a bunch of West Coast, like, oh, put this West Side Connection thing on top of this Lock Speed. Then Warren G or Ice Cube would do a freestyle on it. I was like, that is dope.
That's
like,
dope.
imagine you being from Cali, you do like a mixtape and then like, someone that you know like regionally or locally comes to try. I go, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Like before I'm from. So that was kind of like what I started doing. So before I did What to Do, there's a mixtape series I did called Hip Hop and looked like IHOP. So I was into like jacking logos.
Right.
So I did that. And then the other one I did was Austin Powers.
I was just about to get to that. Shout out to my partner Gex, because he sent a few questions in. And he wanted to talk to you. He wanted to ask and get to know about the Austin Powers series.
So
he said that series did it for him. Like,
so I was like a junior in college or senior in college, and I was like, all right, trying to get to. I'm in Austin. Who can rap in Austin? I think I talked to Bavu, who was kind of like a rapper too, and then also he already had done like a story or a thesis or some shit on like finding like the local talent. Yeah. So I was like, cool, you already did this work. Like I don't gotta find nobody. So who I gotta talk to? And he was telling me, you gotta talk to Dr. Holiday, you gotta talk to Flow Mob, you gotta talk to MC Fatal, like just a bunch of like people who've been rapping in that. You know, because I'm from Del Rio. No one rapped where I'm from. We're all Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? So like, no one really did that shit. Sure. So that's what I wanted to do, and so I linked up with a bunch of people that did Austin Powers. And then Austin Powers 2, I started linking up. At that time, I was DJing on the radio in Austin, so I already had some relationships with Slim Thug a little bit, Chingo Bling, Chamillionaire, like other people, Mike Jones, Charlie Boy a little bit. There were just, I was doing little mixtapes, and then I was DJing on the radio doing mixes, and I could drop other people's songs. So that was like really big power back then.
That is.
In late 90s, 2000s, it's like, hey, I had a song, it caught a spin because Rapid Ric played this shit for me. This is dope. And so it wouldn't like be as big as like LA, Miami, New York, Chicago. But if you're trying to break a record back then, when you were trying to break music, getting your song on a Corpus Christi, San Antonio, Austin market before a Dallas or Houston or big city would pick it up, that was kind of the game.
For sure.
And so it opened a lot of doors relationship-wise in music for me.
Yeah.
And so I was doing that, and then so I got Austin Powers too. And then my boy Carlos was making shirts, man.
Okay.
So he was already having a bunch of catchy logo shit, because I was already on my mixtape catchy logo shit, and he was already on. He was doing like just really dope, like I think Eat, Sleep, Grind shirts. He was doing a bunch of stuff in Austin in the hood that people were picking up. When I was selling my mixtapes, I was seeing his shirts. I was like, who the fuck is this dude?
So this is also around the time when people were like making like the Blockbuster shirts, but they were flipping them like Block Hustler and all that other shit.
Yeah, kind of like that. I think this is right at the beginning of that. My boy Carlos from Top Dollar Clothing had that. And I was like, yo, Commander already said he would do the next mixtape with me. And this is after I did like Fistful of Dollars with Trey and Paul Wall.
Right.
And I was like, I need that logo, just dope. And so
for sure,
I took that logo to Arrow and I go, what's up with this? Like your face on this Mystic Cam was like, oh, for sure.
Easily.
I go like, let's do that. Yeah. He's like, he needed as much hype at that time too. I think he was like searching for his record deal at the time.
Right.
And so he was jumping on DJ Small stuff, other people's like mixtapes. And I already had a relationship radio wise and just other stuff,
Yeah.
And he had bought a bunch of mixtapes from me to put on his site. So it was just a good relationship. He's like, oh, I'll move these like crazy. And I was like, yeah. And that was like back in the day when it was, $10 a CD.
Exactly.
In your hand. Like,
what an era, dog. Like,
it's
nothing like it, man.
It's like in your hand work.
Exactly.
It's not like, it ain't like, I got all these listeners in the street. I was like, I got money in my hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just different. And so, at that time he jumped on What to Do 1. And then after that, it was very easy to get like other people, like bigger people to come feature on it and just have other relationships. Like, hey, I got Chamillionaire. And so people want to bring the heat because at that time, Cooper was like the hottest lyricist,
absolutely
singing kind of rap dude around, you know what I'm saying? And so everyone's like, oh, like I got to bring it. And so that just started the What to Do series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 5 was just freestyles. But
5 was it was crazy. And then we're gonna talk about 6 in a minute.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was another big one, if you ask me. Another one, but man, this What to Do series, man, it did it for me. I remember when I first seen the first What to Do with Chamillionaire. I happened to be I was a senior in high school when I came across this. And
what high school?
Judson.
Okay.
Yeah.
You will. Northeast?
Northeast,
okay,
yeah. Northeast was happening. Northeast? Yeah.
I'm just saying because in Del Rio we played Northside.
Oh, Northside ISD?
Like Taft and Marshall, and John J. Holmes.
Yeah, Judson football. And
big ass schools.
It is a big school, but I didn't play. It's crazy because that's like synonymous. So like, yo, you went to Judson? Yeah, I went to Judson. Did you play football? Like that's like easily the following question. Right after it, I'm like, nah, I didn't. They're like, oh, okay. And then the conversation dies down. Oh, okay.
It's like I never met anyone like you.
Yeah, what are we talking about? But yeah, man. So yeah, I got my hands on the CD and I was like, I saw the logo and I was like, this is hard. Just cover alone. I'm gonna like this. Like like the bar was set. I'm like, if it's anything less than subpar, I'm gonna be mad just because the logo is so crazy.
Yes.
So I threw it in there, and I'm like, bruh, this is gonna be crazy. I'm already looking for What to Do too. And then sure enough, years later, and shout out to the flea markets. You know what I'm saying? That was moving mixtapes. All the flea markets moving the mixtapes. Man, I saw What to Do too in the.
Shout out to Urban City.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Juan, what up?
Real quick, too, and we got to shout him out because he threw the live, but Mark Hicks.
Yes, my guy.
So I used to buy beat tapes from the Southside Connection on Military.
This is from Mark Hicks. I got this from Mark.
Oh, you got the hood? Oh, man.
I thought Mark was coming.
Yeah, we thought he was, too. We'll definitely hold that for him. We got you.
Mark. Yeah, shout out to Mark Kick, Southside Connection. Shout out to all those mom and pop stores that were like a beacon of culture from wherever they were from.
Yes.
So whether it be from like, you know, oh man, like Urban City had its flavor, right? And then there'd be a couple like Music Mania in Austin. And then what's that one flea market that's kind of like off 35 on the east side?
Eisenhower,
yeah. Yeah, like everyone had its own flavor, all the way up to Dallas and Houston. And different stuff. Shout out to all those places because they would have not just mixtapes, but like big spray and shit. Like shit, like shit was like, oh yeah, we might need this like blunt repellent spray. I thought like all that shit was dope. Or this is the new cool tall tea or whatever. Whatever that shit was happening back then, I thought those stores were real cool. Yeah. Shout out to those people, you know, buying tapes.
Yeah, because that was definitely me in Eisenhower every week, copping tapes, bro. Like, for sure. But that was on the counter, and I'm like, oh, part 2's out. And after that, I just kept my eyes on the series from here on out, because What It Do 2, that Bun and Killer Calion, that set the bar for me.
So if you don't mind me asking, Rick, from a curating perspective, right?
Yes.
Because I think the kids nowadays, they put playlists together, right?
Yeah.
And mixtapes were similar in the sense of you would want, like, I would imagine your favorite rappers or whatever rapping over these beats or that, right? But from your perspective, from a curating perspective, like, how did you approach the actual, like, What It Do tapes, right? Like, because, you know, one of the things, and again, shout out to my man Gex, that he pointed out was that your intros were so, like...
legendary.
Bro.
Bruh.
If you got one that you want to play right now, Mazi, but
my favorite things to do back then,
man, and I could tell, we could tell, right? Because it was one of them things where as soon as you hit play, bro,
from the top, he's the man. That Kill Bill intro, like they set it off for me, bro.
Who the motherfucking boss?
With intent.
Man, now you about to see the Southern player serve. You know what I'm saying?
Give it up for the invincible.
Rapid Rick.
Right up in the mix. How you like me now? Cause I'm the original.
The mixtape kid. You're the sound.
I'm representing for the Texas streets. Come on, man. This is hard.
Listen, so,
oh, no, it ain't over. What we talking about, Screw? Hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Having to call out the mixtape
Mechanic.
Yeah.
Having to call out the mixtape mechanic. Having to call out the mixtape mechanic. Having to call out the mixtape mechanic. All right. That's enough. Okay, good boy say.
Bro, so I say all that to say, man, your shit was just, at least for me, man, there was so much intent in these things, man, like that I started wanting to use clips from movies and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like,
there's hundreds of mixtape DJs I was listening to at the time that I was trying to like get up to. So many from Chicago, so many from LA. They just did other stuff. Like and it's all coming to a blank to me. Besides DJ Rectangle and Screw, obviously, but man, there were so many other just amazing tapes. You'd pick up at the goddamn flea market, like in OT, and you're like, who the fuck is this dude? Oh shit. But the reason it resonated so much for y'all to me, because I was the first dude to do all the Texas shit.
Right.
Like mixtapes like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that it wasn't slowed down. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just like, oh shit. You could be from Wichita, Kansas, you can be from fucking London, you could be from Amsterdam. You're like, who the fuck this shit is these dudes different. Sound they don't sound like these New York dudes, don't sound like nothing else. But like all we had was slow down music. Exactly. So this is like the thing, like you live like the regular speed, and that goes all over the world too. Like easier introduction back then.
Exactly. And it was crazy just to find out. I was like, wait, rapper from and I'm sitting there thinking you from Austin, so I'm like, oh, he in the backyard. Squirrel's like, this is like tripping me out, dog. Cause I'm like, oh, he like in the backyard, and and when it comes to, like you said, the playlist stuff, it was like you created the hottest songs that were bubbling at the time, along with freestyles that was just put together in this masterpiece of art that you put together and put it out there to the masses.
Like scratching, transforming, and like more kind of other DJ skills. I'm not saying I'm the best turntablist by far. There's so many more, but just kind of giving people like, whoa, shit.
That OG mixtape feel to it.
But there was for me there was also a sense of like it really bro, I'm not even gonna lie, like there was records rather in these mixtapes that when I went and heard the album, I wasn't a fan of the album.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
I was making Spotify playlists before there was Spotify. That's what that mixtape was. Like,
For sure.
It's like, all right, listen, this is the dopest shit. Like, but on a tape.
Exactly. Yeah. And then hearing the Webby record, it was like, it don't feel the same without Rapid Ric scratches on it. You know what I mean? Or some of your transitions on them, like, they don't hit the same, dog. Like, this record trash.
But yeah, man. But just again, like just you're really quick if you can just kind of talk about like the actual putting together of
like
it,
the
right?
approach for sure.
Like were you like workshopping this stuff beforehand? Was it freehand in the sense of I'm just gonna go dig through records and see what sticks?
Nah, there's like two different parts, right? There's like the intro, which is its own fucking thing, and then the mix itself, right? And so I would work on them like two different things at the same time. And so I would work on like sometimes I would just start working on the mix first, like, all right, these fucking songs go, and then these are the kind of the same speed, so I want these 3, 4, 5 songs to go together.
Right.
So I'll do like a mix, like 12, 15 minutes, like a good chunk of it. And I'll do that over and over again to make it sound perfect. So even like what I do 1, 2, and 3, like those first, that's how you know it's gonna hit. If like, you make those first 15 minutes hit, then it's a classic.
Exactly.
Then you can, not that the other parts gotta be bullshit, but it's just like those first. It's like that's what people were putting on to work out. That's what people are going on to get in their car to go see their side chick. This is what people the first 15 minutes. And I got this so much too. That what soldiers, like, during the war at that time would put in their fucking headphones and listen to right before they're about to go fucking kill some people or do whatever the fuck they gotta do, serve our country.
Right.
That's the first 15 minutes, man. So yeah, that first 15 minutes had to go hard as shit. So I would just try to do that first mix for a while and then, build up the songs from there. And then I would already kind of like piece together, like, all right, I got this mix. And thank God, computer, like multi-track recording was starting to get fucking pretty better because I used to do it on like a Sony like 8-track. I think Screw had the Tascam one that was like 4.
Right.
By the time I was doing it in the 2000s, Sony had a better one that was like on a mini disc. It was a little bit better for multi-track. And then I think when like Cool Edit Pro came out on the computer.
Man, you a Cool Edit Pro fanatic?
Cool Edit Pro.
Man.
Shout out Cool Edit.
Shout out Cool Edit, man.
Versatile Child was on 1, 2 on all Cool Edit Pro.
Wow.
Makes sense. Not surprised. Bro, Cool Edit, come on, fam.
Bumper Grill was on Versatile.
What?
Bumper Grill was on Cool Edit Pro.
Oh, yo, legendary status. Cool Edit. Nah, listen, shout out to all the Cool Edit users out there, man. Like, because that program really got the job done for sure.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know how. I think honestly, Charlie just has a good talent. It wouldn't matter what the
program was. Yeah,
he's just so good. But I'm glad I captured it.
Look, there it goes. Of course.
Listen, if you got this to load, shit.
Some shit's about to go down.
Yeah, facts.
Man, I remember me pulling that shit up with like real like a bassist or like real people in the studio and be like, they're like, where the fuck am I? What am I?
Because everybody was so used to Pro Tools.
Like a motherfucker.
Are you certified using Pro Tools? Pro Tools. And I'm like, bro, whatever gets the job done. You know what I mean?
Pro Tools is dope, bro. But we're like you said, we're like motherfuckers from Austin, like Charlie's from fucking small ass town, like Calvert Hearn. Like he came to Austin thinking that was a big town. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all small people.
Yeah.
And we're like trying to make things happen. So yeah, shit like this.
That's wild, man. And
survival.
And when we talked to him recently, man, shout out Charlie Boy.
Shout out Charlie Boy for sure.
Just hearing him and his wise words and shit, and then putting you together with what you're saying right now, if y'all recording on this, man, it's just like it just reminds me of like it's about the tools, bro. If you know what you're doing, man, like you can work on whatever.
The machine don't make the man makes the machine, dog. Make it work. You know
and the reason y'all like What to Do is because the hip hop ones, that mic didn't sound that fucking good. So like, wait until you got to What to Do, where like you're like, oh shit, this is dope, and it was just a good timing because that's when all these guys were shining too.
After the What to Do, I mean, obviously we can go through all the whole series. I mean, we talk What to Do Radio and would do 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, like right around 5, I started realizing that I just wanted to get more into recording or getting unique shit.
Yeah.
So all those freestyles were kind of unique. Me and Mr. Rogers helped me put that together a lot.
Shout out Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, oh my God. And he like chopped and screwed like a lot of my stuff. So shout out to Mr. Rogers, OG Ron C. But
Yeah.
I wanted to get into more unique things and more like kind of like exclusive shit, but also kind of, you know, like it was just like the mixtapes were just kind of like dying. I think Wayne was on top, like on everything,
right?
You know, and you're like, what are we doing now? What's the whole thing? And so I was just kind of like really trying to define what to do. So after like 5, I kind of just took a break, man, and started just doing DJing more.
Yeah.
And then we started recording the beginning of that What It Do album, the first one.
I was gonna say, yeah. We can get into the What It Do album, because I know when that dropped, I was kind of like, oh, we got the album now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to talk about that process real quick?
It was a long ass process for me because some people would just like, I work with so many producers, right? Like just like track sounds, like my boy TV Robbie, they didn't just like. They crank out beats, like 30 beats a fucking in an hour.
TB Robbie's a workhorse, man.
Everyone, but
TB, what up, boy?
So it's like they just like, boop, they got that talent, and I was just like, yo, it's not like that for me. So even putting together this record, I wanted to do something like, I want to make the beat, or I want to have some involvement with it, and it took a long time, and then I was just really just gathering beats, gathering a couple cool features, and then you're like, oh, these features are dope, and what do we got to do? And then really it was just kind of like figuring out legal paperwork on my own and things like that to make sure, you know, all that went right. And in the end, you know, it didn't really like pop off like that, but I had so much fun recording. Like I had a blast. Like honestly, all these are just kind of like just more grown up mixtapes for me. Like,
I was gonna say, the album does definitely has a more grown tone to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus the tapes, you know what I'm saying? But this is definitely like Texas at its finest. If you listen to the tape from top to bottom, I'm like, yeah, nah. This is
All About My Change is probably one of my favorite songs I've ever done, and that's like, you know, it's a song, very rare song. You get a song with like Chamillionaire and Zero on it,
right?
And then there's like Wide Body Whip, you know, R.I.P. Big Pokey on that one.
Yes,
he murders that one. I had Getting High, which originally had B.O.B. on it. We just couldn't clear it. B.O.B.
Wow.
Yeah. So that one had Devin the Dude, B.O.B., but like Charlie Boy getting on it, and then Killer Mike and Lil O on that song.
Yeah.
So What It Do album might have been a sleeper, but geez, there's 3 Grammy Award winners on that album that we recorded. So really happy about that.
Talk your shit, man. Talk your shit real quick, man.
So that one was fun. And then after that, I just kind of like, you know, I got kids, man. So I started raising a family, kind of doing that, doing mixtapes, and then What It Do Sace. We did that.
Listen.
That was so much fun because...
I'm not to interrupt you or cut you off, but I know this is a moment just because at the time we are in now, like the Hispanic Mexican rappers are killing shit right now. And so when you drop What It Do Says, I'm like, oh, it makes so much sense to really showcase the artist that's really doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's when I figured out what my whole purpose is.
Really?
In this whole mixtape shit.
Talk about it.
I think I'm just here to document what's happening in my culture. That's all it is. Like, as a DJ, I DJ. I put my ears out there. I listen to people. I talk. I see what works. They tell me what shit's whack. They tell me who's dope. I put that out there, and then people get it because it's a reflection of what I see in here.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I did with the What It Do album. Was just kind of like this. I'm trying to capture what it was to live in Texas from like 96 to like 2006. That was a What It Do album. And this What It Do Says was really just like an introduction to what to me is going to be the next generation of Texas rap for a while, right?
Absolutely.
Like, this is kind of like, if this was a Swisher House, if this was a Screwed Up Click, if these were like the beginning of all these people, when you start talking about Bo Bundy, Mexican OT, Rich Greedy, and all these people who kind of have their own personality, Peso, everyone.
Hoodlum, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Hoodlum, man, everyone's just got their own flavor. And I don't think they see how big it really is yet. You know, I've been DJing a long time. I was like, I don't think they see how big this is.
And I think that's a generational thing. Because I think
D-Baby, like, there's just so much talent.
They're very talented, and I think they're just kind of like, well, we're on a project. Let me just get my verse off and then keep it moving. It's like, no. I don't think you understand what this is. Like, this is Rapid Ric telling, like you were saying, how your approach with this. These are the guys that's up next.
Yeah.
It was almost like if this is your version of the double XL. This is your stamp of your double XL freshman who you think the guys that are next up.
Yeah, and this is what it's probably already like 2 summers old, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 summers old. And then the thing is, the way I put it together too, I had a bunch of beats that kind of had Mexican samples in it already.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, at first I was like, let me give it to these dudes. I was like, nah, let me just get them to jump on my shit. And I make it like, less than 10 tracks, something really fun. And then the crazy thing is the dude on the cover is our boy Rome, man. And he had passed away during that time. And it just seemed like a perfect time because I was just like, oh, bro, he always wanted something. He's like, man, you should drop something that has like these Mexican samples in it. You should get these. It was kind of his idea.
Yeah.
He ended up, like passing away instantly. And then so I was like, and then my boy Marco from Houston had that picture of him. Like they are standing in front of the slab, and I was like, "Bro, this picture looks hard. Like I know he ain't a rapper or nothing,
this
but
is
it
hard.
just looks like like I was like, if you put that what to do on it, and we do like that would just make sense. Like just like on some Texas Mexican shit,
For
like,
sure.
like all at once, and it so that's how what to do says happen.
This was legendary. This is a moment, and I hope down the line, like they will. I mean, I'm sure they appreciate it, but this is literally a staple of what. At the time that we're in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This was a timestamp of what happened
Exactly
when this dropped, for sure.
So I think all of these are like kind of timestamps, like, oh, this was released in 2007. What was going on? Oh, this is, just little documented history. And so
for
like
sure.
if you haven't listened to it yet, What It Do 6 is really good.
It's really good, really, really good.
Had fun making it, yeah.
I wanted to get your take on something because obviously you've had a very unique perspective and everything you just said as far as when you got started to the point we're at now. Why do you think the Mexican culture is hot in hip hop right now?
I could think there's more Mexicans in America right now. Look at the population. You check the census lately. Like you kind of knew when this like they always talk. Oh, in this amount, in this by 2025, like some shit. Like it's gonna be more like Hispanic people.
Right.
We didn't know what the fuck that would look like. This is what's happening. Like even the clubs, bro. Like when was it cool to play Spanish shit?
Right.
It was
exactly.
not. I'm letting you know, as a DJ since 1999, like they don't play that Spanish shit.
Right.
Club owners are like, they want, you know what I'm saying? They want the oonce like that. They want like hip hop that's not so threatening.
Right.
Like
the top 40 shit.
Yeah, they want Nelly kind of hip hop, and then they want that. And so my homeboys from Austin was like, he's throwing like parties with Selena on the cover. This is like 2010, and I was like, shit, like you saw the culture change, man. So I just think it's like when more people started, like more Latin culture people who started like speaking English, gaining more money, and are like part of the majority spending money. That's when you started getting more Latin stuff like in the market.
Yeah, I totally agree. I definitely think it's a population thing, but
When did they start selling Takis in America? That's the answer to your question.
Holy shit.
Wow.
damn. That's a great point.
Takis
That's a great point. No,
I'm from Acuna, bro. Takis are for a Mexican-ass product. Like, once they started selling here, you're like, it ain't just the music. It's not just the
That's
movies.
just the culture in general.
Yeah,
The
you're
companies are like, we need to sell this shit in San Antonio. Like, but it's like, I can sell a gang shit of these in South Side, West Side, fucking... Like, so yeah, it's whenever they figured out, like, oh, we gotta start catering. When did the beer start coming out, like Michelada beer at the goddamn convenience store?
Holy shit. Nah, Rick on
Ask
something,
yourself.
dog.
Yo, I'm a graduate University of Texas, bro. We ain't stupid. You see trends, and it's not just the music. It's just like there's more Mexicans.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a fact, man. But I think, and I've told Mozzie this before, man. I just feel like for me, like I grew up. My pops and it's funny because I got family in Del Rio too, and we would go to Acuna a lot, right? And growing up, like I was I've always been a hip hop fan, but growing up, like you kind of turned the shit down when Pops walked in, or you.
It wouldn't matter with me because they didn't know what the fuck they're saying. They don't speak English.
Well, that was the point, right? And he was like, "Hey, just turn that shit off because I don't know what the fuck they saying." Right? But it was my theory is that like all the shit that's going on now, I feel like it's the kids of me, right? Who like still have that one foot in the old shit that made. You know, if you're lucky enough to have your parents still here, like you may want to put that on to reminisce on them, but then you're gonna throw big on right after. And I think that the kids now are the embodiment of that. And I think the Mexican culture for me, although it's a population thing too, I think it's also a matter of like the kids finally were able to blend that shit together.
Yes.
You feel me? And that's where the cumbia trap shit came and all that came, and it was just one of them things where it's like, yeah.
I'll explain it simpler. Okay, so I would have DJ friends from St. Louis, from New York, from Columbus, Ohio, from all these places, right? And then I'd be like, listen to, that Nas record, right? Or this new Jay-Z record, and they're like, oh yeah, that's a Bill Withers sample. I'm like, who the fuck's Bill Withers? I'm from Del Rio. We don't know the soul like that. Like, my parents are Mexican. They didn't listen to old soul records.
Gotcha.
So I'd have to be like, learn American old shit, you know, all the old soul, all the R&B, understand what Motown is. Like, had no idea. So as an adult, I had to figure out what that shit is. Like, we don't know. I don't have no history, no reference. Maybe in fucking like, you know, it comes out in some movie. Oh, I know it comes out in that movie. You know?
Right.
That's probably as far as it got for old classic samples. So what's happening now is I grew up on Pegaso. I grew up on Bayo Pulido. We grew up on Selena. We grew up on Tigres del Norte. You grew up on all that stuff, and all that stuff is our soul records. That's our fucking Bill Withers. All these, like Vicente Fernandez, all that stuff. That now it's the Renaissance for us because that was all that classic shit that our grandparents and parents were listening to. Facts. So it's just like we never had been in America long enough or cool enough where that shit's cool now. Now it is. I don't know. That's the way I saw it.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
I totally agree. Same thing for corridos tumbados and all that. Like, it's someone just threw some drums on there at one point and was like, this shit hits. The Fuerza Regida, like, I love them because I feel like those are the kids.
That motherfucker's like the coldest lyricist.
Hard, bro.
Is.
Not a lot of people know.
That dude could do it. Like, he just does on guitar, but like that dude would kill on a drum machine. He's just a really good writer too. Like, all his songs are like, he do a techno song, he do like these kind of songs, he do the cumbia songs. And he sounds like he could rap too. And he's like,
but that's what I do. I mean, I think
English and Spanish, like hood, both language. You have to be very intelligent to navigate both of those. Like, it's on another level, bro.
I think a part that we skipped on, but I mean, I'm sure we was going to come to it, was the world tour with Chamillionaire.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the greatest like DJ gig ever.
I'm sure.
Still, I'm sure. I mean, we're going to Milwaukee not this weekend, but next weekend. So he still does a couple dates. But Jesus Christ, that is the most fun. So y'all, young people, just honor all relationships. Never burn a bridge because you never know when you get a gig like that, right? So, Chamillionaire, we did What It Do together, you know, played a song on my radio station. He would invite me kind of like as like a cool person, what do you think kind of person, kind of like, you know, I think MTV had like, was going to do an interview and Sway came to the studio, was like, oh, Rick, come, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're part of our team, kind of like. So it was already including me. So like discussions with like Razak in the building and all during the Mike Jones like beef was just very interesting being there, right? As a DJ too.
Oh man.
Like, so and then like I wasn't like a big blabbermouth too, so there's probably shit that was real valuable that I probably could have said and I didn't.
Sure.
I think he had a falling out with his DJ and then he was about to go. They just did the US tour. They did West Coast and East Coast. I think Ron C was DJing for him, or in Bonix from Houston, the radio DJ from Houston. And then I think he was about to start the world tour. And I don't know if they didn't have a passport or what, but I think I was already DJing for Devin the Dude. This was just a great alignment of a bunch of fucking things. So I was DJing for Devin the Dude in Norway, this giant fucking festival. We had run into Kanye at the airport because he was friends with my friend DJ 8 at the 8-Track. And they're like, hey, Rick, what up? And then he's like, oh, Kanye, meet Rick. And I'm like, hey, meet Devin Dude. And then he was like, Kanye was, everyone says he's a dick. Nicest fucking guy ever.
Yeah.
She was like, Devin, I'm a big fucking fan. You know, it was just nice.
That's
and
dope.
So then the next day, Koopa calls and it's like, hey, I got this world tour. I got, Canadian tour. Do you have a passport? I go, man, I'm in Amsterdam right now. I think I was like already flying back.
Yeah.
When we like did a layover in Amsterdam. I was like, I'm in Amsterdam right now. When does it start?
Let me
It's
know.
like, and so did that, learned all this, like the songs and how we're gonna put it together. And at that time, it was Sound of Revenge was like the #1 album in like the world. He was a number like Riding Dirty was #1.
No, Riding Dirty was a huge record. People.
Worldwide hit.
Huge.
Like, big. Huge.
Huge.
And I think that fed us for like 12 years. That one song.
Wow.
Like forever on tour.
Longevity, man.
Right.
42 countries. I got passport stamps from 42 countries. A little Mexican from Del Rio, Texas. Passport, 42 motherfucking countries.
That's dope.
Probably DJed every kind of like party, event, like from back. Like the cool thing about Chamillionaire too is like you got range. He could do like a backpacker event in like Finland. Like I'm talking about shit where they would have like Talib Kweli and then like like MOP and then Chamillionaire.
Yeah.
And at that time it's like you got all these backpackers like see this pop motherfucker can hold his own kind of shit.
Not knowing the Chamillionaire gets busy, boy.
And I was like, cool, all right, you gotta come out to like we gotta plan this shit out. You gotta come out to like Body Rock or some shit where you're just like this, and then like I'll pull out and you just go a cappella, and so we would just figure out ways to like make them like hard.
That's hard.
So we go like that. Also, you got, hey, Chamillionaire doesn't cuss, so we're gonna do this giant festival for all the soldiers, who like in clean or some shit, and it's all rock bands and him and Jonas Brothers. So it's like
what a
huge,
but that's amazing. No, we
range.
come a range for sure. You're absolutely right
the
about that.
range was crazy.
Yeah.
So also me DJing and like before, after like big events like that, like also knowing, okay, what's my backpacker shit that's gonna work for this crowd? As a DJ, I learned so much, man. So like just invaluable how to hook up shit. Why is there feedback? Like just me just learning plugs and shit, different countries, all that stuff. And then also just me being like, that was my 20s, man. So I was just like, I don't even think we had like social media back then. So I think we had a little camcorder and put that bitch on YouTube. It took like 6 hours to upload and shit.
Right.
But we just like have fun. Yeah. And I was always trying to get a gig afterwards, like all the time.
Damn. Next, I think there was one video footage on YouTube that I think Chamillionaire uploaded. I think it was somewhere in Europe. Skrills pulled the footage, y'all. Here we go.
Yeah, that's Al.
Here we go. This is it right here.
Everybody cross your hands like this. No, hold up. Everybody.
This was on my birthday, too.
What?
This was on my birthday. This was on June 28th, on my birthday. I remember
Do
this.
like this. Trust me, it's gonna look real good on camera. Yeah, when you say I'm fly, that's what I want y'all to do, okay? Let's do it.
That's crazy.
You know I'm fly. You know I'm. Hey, and what you heard, man. 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 You know I'm fly.
All right.
You know I'm
That's
fly.
why okay, so in Norway, let me explain a little bit. Norway's up there by the Arctic Circle, so it's real cold up there. It's nighttime most of the year in Norway, especially like right there. That's in Kristiansand or something like that.
Right.
Or it might be maybe Oslo. But anyway, so in the summertime, when you go and have these festivals, it only gets dark 4 hours of the day. So like the sun it doesn't even get dark. It would just like the sun goes down like at 11:30 at night, and then like it's kind of back up at 3:30.
What?
Yes. So motherfuckers just up like the whole time. Yes, it's like a
No,
like
that's
just
crazy.
Up. Like they just like, it's been fucking dark all fucking year. Like this is our time. Like we going in.
We outside. Right?
Yeah, it was like we got this rap shit one day. We got like we got like heavy metal on Thursday or like what? Like they just go in.
That's
like,
crazy.
They go in like the Scandinavian countries, Norway and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have known if it wasn't for Riding Dirty. So shout out to Chamillionaire.
Nah, listen,
making hits.
A huge record at that. Riding Dirty. I have a super hot take. Might be a cold take, but I prefer Riding Overseas with Akon.
Oh, the part 2.
The part 2 over the original record. Maybe because the original Riding Dirty.
It's good. That's when I guess like the radio Cooper cult.
Exactly. And I'm like,
kind of like, oh, this is now everyone likes it.
Yeah, exactly. Now y'all are fans. Okay, whatever. But then when Mixtape Messiah 2 dropped in.
Oh, trust me, there is definitely a Cooper cult still present. There's a lot of big fans who come to every show and my favorite verse is this on this mixtape. Like, they'll get real specific,
And that reminds me, speaking of Cooper cult, word on the street is, I won't say from who, but you have Venom in the deck.
I don't. Does the man have songs? Yes. Is the man planning on dropping more songs? That's what.
Of course, yeah.
I think there's like a big website relaunch he's gonna do with Chamillionaire.com.
Really?
Yeah. I think this is what they're gonna sell crazy stuff like this. This is like one of 2 jerseys he made.
Talk about it.
So I think. I think he's just be on the lookout for Chamillionaire.com. Maybe that's all I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Chamillionaire.com was like a hub at one point. People were posting up between MySpace and Chamillionaire.com. That's all people were really checking out.
Just imagine if it's just like
on the phone
and quick and like, yeah.
People get ready.
People be sleeping for a reason.
Listen. And so another question I had to ask, man. So obviously with the What It Do series, it was a legendary movement, and just your mixtapes in general. Has there been an artist that you wanted to do a tape with that you never had the chance to?
Man, I think I missed my boat with 3 people. I think it was Travis Scott, Beat King, Megan Thee Stallion. But I think it's just like the rise was just so quick.
Especially Beat King. Beat King, it just seemed like he kind of just went overnight.
B King is a big fan of the What It Do mixtapes and a bunch of other things, yeah. So shout out to him.
I'm sure y'all can still make that happen, honestly.
Yeah, but I don't like he's just so big now too. It would have to make sense.
Yeah,
right. Like it had to benefit him in some way
for sure.
So yeah, I guess those 3. I wish I could. Everyone else is kind of pretty attainable. You just gotta have something good for them. You know what I mean? Like everyone's kind of with arm's length away.
Gotcha.
It feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just gotta have something for him, man. Yeah,
I'm
gotta go back to this lab and cook up more beats. But yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure you do, man, because these tapes,
bro. I've actually been in the lab. Me and TB Robbie have been cooking together, making some heat.
Really,
that boy's crazy with the drums. So I'll be like, have sample ideas in like within seconds. He's like, "What do you think about this?" Like, whoa, shit, that was quick.
It's crazy too because we had TB Robbie here on the show too, and the time he was on the show, he was going through the motions of literally becoming to be the man that he is now. And he was saying, and I asked him, I was like, TB Robbie from a year from now, what are you going to be doing? And he told us like, bro, I'm going to be working. And I'm going to be hitting these big, I'm going to hit these big names over the head with these records, just watch. And he manifested that, and he's been putting the work in.
Yeah,
so,
and I think it's like just started the incline, like barely. Like, like it's over here where it's gonna end up.
Right.
Just starting.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Super talented, really good writer, really good like vocalist, really good producer.
Yes.
Man, just can make really good records.
A true producer at that. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to make beats and, you know what I mean, say you're a producer, but when it comes to creating records, TB is one of them guys for sure.
Really fun to be in the lab with.
Yeah. Shout out TB Robbie, my guy.
That's tough. He's doing big things, man. Shout out TB for sure.
Yeah, shout out to all these like parents raising these kids. Like even like my boy Chuck, like Mexican OT's dad. Like these are people been in the club. He'd be like, man, you gotta listen to my son rap, and he like you fucking hear that like from 50 other people all the goddamn time.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, nah, my son. But like he's the only one that never stopped too.
Yeah.
Like Chuck was always like, yeah.
Like my son, he's nice.
And even when he was like just like the early YouTube videos, right? Like I think maybe La Cobra was maybe the like only one. He's like, man, play it, man. Play it. And his dad's like big ass D-boy. He's like, yes, sir, I'll play shit. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, I'm gonna tell
He
you
from
no.
Round
Go
Rock,
ahead.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's from like over where I'm from Austin area and stuff. So
Oh, okay.
we've seen him, and so like shout out to all these parents like kind of putting it into their kid to make them like a legacy. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like just that knowledge doesn't stop by TB Robbie's mom being a Lil Wayne fan. Like it keeps going in the legacy of her son, making these beats, being dope on the mic.
So what's up next for Rapid Rick, man?
Man, I'm gonna see what Koopa's talking about doing another tour, so that'd be fun. And he's like a business billionaire now,
Absolutely,
right? Like, so,
right. He's like, does he? I mean, he wants to do
Doesn't
music.
need a rap.
He doesn't need a rap, but
That
you know,
boy-
for the love of it, I guess.
Yeah,
Side
yeah.
quest.
Side quest.
Yeah, so he's being pretty professional about it. He's like, all right, we're keeping the tours just the weekends only. You know, like we ain't doing this like catch a flight on Wednesday shit.
Yeah.
You know? So if he keeps it that schedule, I could definitely do that. And then I don't know, man. I'm just trying to like get in the lab a little bit more. I still think there's a lot of DJing for me to do. I've been doing that since I was 15. So I love just rocking a good party, figuring out a good like get the crowd going, make everyone scream at the end, like, you know.
Hell yeah.
Screaming T Grizzly songs at the end, like just or whatever. Or any crowd, like anything. So you could see like that Dallas crowd. I played like a bunch of Mexican shit at that party. Well, that's off the record in Houston, I think. So that's like a 2000s hip hop bar.
Nice.
So I like traveling. I like moving around my state, Dallas, Houston, Austin. That's with my boy Quick Mix Rick in Dallas. This big ass club, Escapade.
Yeah.
So yeah, your boys stay active. We do private events. We do big ass clubs. Everything. DJ.
Nice.
So if one thing, because you mentioned that you went to Austin or you graduated of Austin?
Yeah,
UT?
you too. Yeah, Longhorn, bro.
Hey, come on, man.
Let it be known.
Hey, never been to college, but if
Shout
I
out to all
did,
my Longhorn fans, but your boy's a real Longhorn right here, bro. Yeah. I went there.
I gotta get some quotes from the upcoming season here in a bit.
They finally let us in the SEC. What do you think's gonna happen, bro? The real UT in the building. Sorry, Tennessee.
I mean, first off, I need you to explain all them Lambos in front of the field house. I know you saw that.
Oh yeah, bro. You know
that
what I'm saying?
shit is wild, fam.
Once they change those little rules,
The NIL money
it's
different,
just
dog.
Alumni looking to play her up.
Right, exactly.
But it wasn't like they weren't. Like I was going to school there when it was Chris Sims, Vince Young, Ricky Williams had just graduated.
Yeah.
So they had Escalades. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I mean, Chris probably had like his dad's money like that, but everyone else like was rolling nice. You know?
Yeah. Okay. So you said Vince Young and Ricky. Okay. I'm sure you was DJing some house parties.
They had with like just club stuff, or they were just like alumni parties were just the best ones. Yeah. They still go out. I still see my boy B. I still see him in the club, and both in Austin and Houston. So he stayed moving. Yeah,
that's
like
dope.
me. Yeah, shout out to him.
This Vince Young was different, dog.
Dog, listen.
Big parties, bro. Yeah.
I'll tell you, when I'm sure Austin was going crazy when Vince was the man. And
I was DJing on the radio that night. Like I remember it was a Thursday. I was DJing that night, and then they won it, and then the club got crazy.
Oh my God!
And then that whole that was just great all around.
Oh, what a moment!
Man, I just went to Kansas City, Missouri. And I'm just to let you know what a championship town does to your goddamn city. I remember going to Kansas City like 10 years ago, like on a couple times, like on these tours. Like I also did like GT Garza with like Big Crit, did that tour.
Okay.
And that was like 10 years ago. And even Kansas City, like, it was sketch back then. Like, you weren't going to be downtown.
Right.
But now that bitch is popping. It looks nice. Got like big old skyscrapers. Like,
Jeez.
yeah. So,
winning the championship means something. It does something to the city, man.
I'm just saying. Like, Kansas City Chiefs shit. That city's popping. Like, in upwards, like, skyscrapers and shit out of nowhere. So, yeah, that championship's.
Nah, Wemby gonna have that effect here soon.
Yeah.
Come on, you know it. You
Nah,
don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe it, but you know it.
Bro, don't even tell me. I graduated in 99, the year that y'all won the first one. I've been a Spurs fan. My uncle had season tickets at the Alamo Dome for the Spurs tickets.
Oh wow!
And this is back when it was Del Negro playing, like
Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson. Rodman would bring his Madonna there. Like I
Right.
was there, bro.
That's
And
hard.
so like, if I got straight A's, I got to go to the game. Bro.
That's hard.
So my uncle like had me right, so I used to fucking kill it in the grades and be
Yeah.
like, "Fuck, you see me like talking about teacher? You gotta do something with this fucking 89 right here because they're playing the Bulls this month, and you can't fuck me up here. Can you please make this a 90?
yeah.
I'll do whatever the hell you want, please. Like yes."
Hey man, this
That's
is the best.
the fucking squad, bro.
This was the best player on the squad too.
Here you go.
Oh my god.
You couldn't fucking tell me nothing, bro. 33.
Antonio Daniels. As he
Sean
says,
Elliott, this is a great team.
Screw
bro.
says Antonio Daniels is the real AD.
And for the 100%, and for the record, dog, this squad is definitely taking out Jordan.
What? All right.
We've had this convo, dog. You said
I remember I heard someone else say that, like
because it would
Jalen
have
Rose
been
said that.
right because had he not
He's
retired,
like-
Had he not retired, that's right.
it would have been Spurs versus Bulls in the
Spurs
lockout.
versus Bulls in the lockout.
Spurs win, solidified, done deal. Fucking tell me different, bro. Shit.
I'm a Laker fan.
Word
so.
to Will Purdue.
Laker? Oh no.
I'm a Laker fan. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
You're from there? What happened?
No, my pops is from
Yeah.
LA.
Okay.
South
see,
Central.
If you from LA, then it's official.
Yeah,
You can't just be like, oh, I just
Yeah, nah.
like,
so
what?
I'm telling you, my household is different. So like,
Yeah.
obviously, I mean, I'm born and raised here in San Antonio. My pops was from South Central LA.
Okay.
My mom is from a small country town, El Campo, Texas, right outside Houston. So growing up in that household, nobody literally was a Spurs fan in my house.
Because Rockets or Lakers?
No, so my dad was a Laker fan. My mom was a Michael Jordan fan. Side story, she kept my Jordan rookie card in her wallet, walking around telling people that was her husband. Mind you, the corners got bent up and all that. You know, the card is pretty much worth nothing now. My sister, she pretty much just liked anybody that was cute. So at the time, she was a Penny and Shaq fan. So when in the Orlando days, and then me growing up, I like the Lakers, but when I was young, I wanted to hoop and be in the NBA. I saw Muggsy Bogues. I'm like, he's 5'3". If I pass 5'3", I can make it to the league. Not knowing what it actually takes to get to the league, right?
Wow.
But seeing Muggsy at 5'3", I was like, oh, I can make it. If I pass 5'3", I'm the same height as Muggsy. I can get into the league any day. So, yeah. But then once I realized what was going on, I was just like, nah, I'm going to stay a Laker fan. So
that makes sense. No,
Yeah.
I was here. We used to go to military in high school, right? On military drive.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. Cars cruising on Sunday.
yeah.
Man, when that Spurs won that day, that that was like San Antonio's like Freaknik. That was San Antonio's like that shit was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I remember that, and like those nights, and then 03 too, like when they
Yeah.
won, like that was a golden era.
Nah,
for
bro,
sure. Cops shut that shit down afterward. But like, oh my god, like
Man.
Spurs Nation,
And
bro.
it's probably because it's the first one, obviously. But like, I
had no idea what to do.
Yeah,
You know,
fam.
like,
I don't
like,
remember.
Let's go military. What do we don't fucking know?
So we
Bro.
need cops here. We need cops.
I swear,
like,
and I've told people numerous times out, but I swear, like, I've never felt this. And obviously, we didn't know the Spurs were going to win at the level that they eventually won. So to us in '99, we thought, "Fuck, we don't. This is new, right?"
Right.
But at the end of the day, I look back and I'm like, every championship thereafter didn't feel like '99. Obviously, because it was the first one. But as far as like Rick
feel-
said,
nah, but it didn't feel like it. It felt like, all right, pull the chairs out, start making the fucking grill. Like it's just like it's kind of like the routine now. You're like,
Right.
we know how to do this shit. Come on,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
not no more, but yeah.
well, nah, you know, just like that shit was crazy, bro. How you gonna get another Tim Duncan? You know what I'm saying? Wemby's it,
Yeah.
and then now who are we gonna draft? That's the real question.
That's the big question.
I mean, Dillingham. You know,
I
that's
like
what I
Rob
say.
Dillingham. I like him. He's a good PG.
We just need a point guard.
And
That's
also
it.
the Western Conference is
Stacked.
fucking beast.
It's stacked.
Is beast. Like
Yeah.
you got to get through a whole bunch of like underbosses. Like you got to get through Jokic. You got to get through
Luka and the Mavs. and all
Luka.
that.
You got to get through
Yeah.
everyone, bro. And even the Celtics, like I thought were gonna be easy. Like they're
Right.
fucking killing it right
nah,
now.
they're killing it.
Nah, they on the
So,
mission.
yeah.
They're definitely on the mission for
Man,
sure.
fuck Boston.
He doesn't know, does he?
Of losing to keep their dream alive.
I'm always curious about this, man, because like you experience success that a lot of people don't necessarily experience, man. But it sounds like you were in college while you were experiencing some of the success. Is that right?
There's some successes. There's some fucking drops, bro. And I think Instagram and my mixtapes only capture the good shit. But I've been locked up. I got a felony. You know what I'm saying? Growing up was fucking whack. You know, my dad is technically deported right now because he can't be in the country anymore. So there's like a lot of fucked up shit too. But some of that like was definitely fuel for success, right?
Gotcha.
To at least do something. I remember I was locked up the summer before on tour with Commander. I remember singing the Paul Wall Commander songs, like being locked up. I remember that.
Wow.
So like, and then for me to be on tour and on probation and having to pay like the fee, so in case they had to extradite me from another country,
wow,
to have to come back. Like there's still some tough shit in there, but very blessed to still overcome, man. Like no one's perfect. No, nothing's always easy. There's always gonna be some tough shit. And people always just talk, oh, everything's all good. Nah, shit ain't all good all the time. Sure. So, but yeah, there's some tough stuff, but we here. We're still doing it.
Yeah.
And having a good time doing it.
And having a good time. That's key. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I have a good time still doing what I do, man.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to get to, man, is that like you're one of those people that like it just looks like you genuinely love what you do, man. And I feel like no matter the amount of money that you get paid to do what you actually love, like it's not enough, right? Like it's not enough in the sense of like if you love what you do, man, it's what they say, it's not a job, right? It's
definitely not a job. There's still like a bunch of like, that don't mean people are, oh, well, that means you do my daughter's skiing for not like, hey, like hold up. I love DJing. We don't like loading up speakers and lights and shit. So all that shit costs money. But I definitely like, making like if people trying to have the fucking party of their life, people trying to have the club night of their life, or I got bottles at this club and I'm trying to make it the shit because it's my 30th, it's my 25th. I want to know what songs you want. I want to know what turns you up. I want to know this, and I'm gonna let you know, man. Maybe that song won't work, but how about that? Like I like figuring that out, and then at the end, everyone just having a good, memorable moment.
For sure.
Because that's what I feel like I deliver the most is whether you're getting that moment from one of my old mixtapes in your car, or you're at a barbecue, or you're DJing, you had a good night with your friends, or you had a badass like event with your family, whatever it was, like, oh damn, Rick killed it that night, or Rick did that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I want to do, is just be like, oh, did I help? I didn't fuck it up, right? Okay, cool. We good.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's it. And even like when I'm DJing the shows for Commander or other like MCs, like, did this help? Is this working? Just make your show lit? You like when I turned it down? You like the explosions? Like,
right.
What's all that about? Yeah.
That's dope.
Being useful, bro.
That's key for sure.
Yeah, man, it sound like you curate life too, bro.
Yeah,
you curate a vibe, man. That's dope.
It's just being a Mexican, bro. I like, I can help. What do I do? Yeah, and not just me too. Like, if I'm in a room and I'm not doing something, I feel like something wrong. Like I can't just chill. I like want to do some things. Yeah.
A few more questions, man, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
And let me know, Mazi, whenever you want to get to that last one.
Nah, for sure. Just let me know when you're ready.
Oh, yeah, y'all plotting one.
This last one gonna be
it'll be tough.
It's tough.
But I wanted to ask, man. So like you earlier, and shout out to Fat B because he really put this eloquently the last time we spoke to him. But cash in hand, right? Before you could walk out with 10 CDs and no money in your pocket and move them hoes, and now suddenly you got money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Right. So like. You being around, us being around during those times versus the time now, like, what would be your best advice for monetizing music now?
If I knew, I would be making money on it, bro. I really don't know how it is now. I think that's what Commander's trying to do with this new website drop. I think Kanye is probably the fucking leading person in it because he's dropping actual fucking products. Yeah. They're worth over $100. So or now they're 20, right?
Right.
So I think music is going to be free, and I think you got to sell merchandise or a product.
Because so it goes back, I think, to the physical in your
what
hand.
It do,
exactly.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, I'm kind of mad I missed out on the What It Do Says box set. I'm kind of pissed on that. I was like, damn, I dropped the ball.
Well, I think I want to do like a 7, and hopefully like I want to do it with like themes. Like I think. And it should be all female cast, like for 7. Wow. I think that would go hard.
That would,
fire.
So like I think that's when I think this box set was like me learning it. I think next time we'll get better, and I'm gonna start peeping game from other people too. But it's definitely selling box sets, taking care of your real fans. There's definitely a consistency factor in it that I haven't figured out yet, but other people are really doing. So, I think, once you figure, I think that's the thing, is just kind of like engaging your audience and giving them a product, and then, them kind of like,
buying into it.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the music anymore.
It's Trill Burgers, bro. It's Yeezy.
There we go.
It's like, we're already at the age where it should be a product already, whatever. Oh, you Rapid Rick? Oh, you know, I should own a restaurant or some shit. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, it's a brand. It's a brand.
Yeah, it's the brand. Like you're absolutely right, Scrolls. It's a brand thing now. You know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It ain't just. It isn't just
selling
music.
real estate in a year. Rapid Rick Real Estate. He sold my fucking house. It's great. Like, I don't know. So I don't know. I'm figuring it out. I'll get back to you what mine is. But I definitely know it's not just music. I think.
For sure.
And even like when we had like a beat and it kind of made like a kind of big album, kind of big song, there wasn't no real money from it unless it was like a hit. And then those, you know, it's like they're few and far between, you know?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I think products is the name of the game because it's something physical.
Yeah, because I really do feel, and shout out to our homie Bank. He was not here. He wasn't here today, but he's along the lines of direct to consumer as far as the music goes. It's like literally direct to consumer. Like we spoke about it before, but it's just like the streamers got shit on lock because it's just the convenience, bro.
It's convenience.
And then have you seen that new shit where they got like the AI that kind of will mix the songs for you?
Yeah,
and
it's
like mix it like compared
Right.
to the sound.
right.
Fucking email ain't gonna do that shit. Like,
But you really gotta fuck and you really gotta rock with that person,
Right.
To open the email, to download it to your phone, et cetera, et cetera. But like, there's too many moving parts
this is
to
like
that.
you're
You know
jumping
what I
through
mean?
hoops, and then in an hour, someone's gonna have a goddamn site anyway. Like,
Right.
so it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
So I feel like yes, I agree. I think music is gonna be free in totality, but it's one of them things where
I
like
think it's gonna be like you buy this shirt,
Yes.
and then like it's gonna have a QR code,
Right.
and then that's gonna take you to
Right.
that
Exclusive shit.
Exclusively to the
And
project.
then that'll get old after a while, but at least you'll be the first person to hear. Like
Exactly.
Right.
some
for
shit
sure.
like that.
And shit, man. I guess my last one, man. You said San Antonio's like your second home,
Yes.
so you know, because you have a very unique perspective in the sense of being from a very small town to moving around to a bigger town.
I used
and
to buy
then-
my shoes at Just for Feet.
Come on,
come on,
the 2 for 80.
man.
Am I official yet? Let's see.
Y'all remember what was it 2 for 80? What was it, Mozzie?
Let's see. How many more of these I gotta
Oh,
drop?
shit, what
If you
was
saw
it?
the Spurs play in the Alamo Dome,
Right.
we here, bro.
Yeah, not facts, but like what you know, your perspective is very unique because, bro, you're literally world renowned, right? Travel, etc. And
Literally.
you know, from your perspective, man, and this is again no knock on anybody or whatever, but what would your assessment be of like San Antonio artists?
Very talented. So many, bro. Like producers and like vocalists and just a lot of MCs.
But
They don't sound like anyone else. They don't sound like any other city though.
I agree. I
Like
agree.
Taiwan and Lil Ken or a Sosa or they're all their own, or AJ Hearns. Like no one's they're just their own flavor.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, as
I
far
still think it's developing.
right, and that was my next question is like as far as improvement, you know, whether it be suggestions or whatever, even to the new cats here, because I don't know if you're familiar with like Izzy 93 and like
Izzy's
these other.
dope.
Just feel like there's something missing.
Kane Stiff is dope.
Yeah, Kane Stiff is tough.
Yeah.
Rich Grease dope. Hoodlum's amazing. There's just so much potential. So it's just really like how far I'm a DJ. I'm waiting on them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's really like the sky's the limit, especially right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Especially the way the music is now. It's like,
especially if the target audience is the target San Antonio profile of a person. Yeah, dude, that's exactly what America wants right now. Isn't Peso Pluma from Shirts?
yeah, that's true. Yeah. He went to Clemens.
There you go. You
yeah,
got
Clemens.
one, bro. What are you talking about? You got one. Yeah. I was just in that goddamn traffic. You got one.
No,
should go to Clemens. Yeah, he
super random question. If you don't want to answer, that's fine. But like, do you think a black artist can blow up in San Antonio,
Yeah, of course.
given the demographic?
Why y'all got all quiet? Like,
I'm just listening to you.
Because I mean, just giving you my perspective here, I feel like
it's
that
wide fucking open. Anyone can.
I
It could
think
be
so,
a girl,
too.
green hair, bro. It could be anybody. It's like
100%. I think so too. I just think that if there's a general consensus that from the black artists that we've spoken to, that they feel like they're not.
They feel like
supported.
they're not.
I'll tell you one thing. Any artist ain't gonna blow up in their own town.
You got to get out, right?
You gotta get the fuck out.
That's-
any
thank
DJ
you.
ain't
Thank
gonna
you.
get- any guitar player ain't gonna blow up in their own town. Any whatever the fuck you do, you ain't gonna do it in your own town. So that's why I pick up gigs and make relationships, and wherever I try to go, where the artist I'm DJing, I try to get a gig, make a relationship, build. You got to build all the time, man.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like they might not like you here, they like you there. There's like a whole bunch of people just blow up in Europe only.
Right.
Like y'all know how big Missy Elliott was over there? Like 10 times 10. She was always in Europe, bro.
I can imagine.
So it's just like where if you really want to connect with your fans, you'll follow them. So I think San Antonio artists and some Austin artists and other artists are trying to copy what an Atlanta artist does, what a Houston artist. They don't have to do that. Just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
I have no idea what that is. Like I see TB Robbie being himself a lot.
Right. And you see
I
what
like
that's
that dude.
doing.
And you see the results?
And I see Mexican OT being like himself a lot. I see so many artists. I see D Baby. All these other people are like, okay, you gonna do that, but they do it well, and that's what they do. That's their thing.
Sure.
So being your own person and being confident in whatever the fuck you do, I think is gonna help you. I think you comparing yourself to other people, that's gonna fuck you up so much.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, even like for me as a DJ, it's always fucked me. Oh, what are they doing? Just do your own thing. Same thing with with artists. Whatever you do, whatever art you create. If you're a painter, like don't be like that dude. They want to be like do your own thing.
Exactly.
So I think that's the answer to that. Is just like San Antonio has a lot of people that live here that are exposed to so much different cultures and music that you can grasp all that to create something new if you wanted to. So I think we're still waiting on it. Yeah,
I agree.
Well said.
Yeah, well said. All right, it's time for the final question, Squirrels.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. So I've been thinking about this all day, man, and I was like, I think Rick's the perfect guy to, ask this question to. And this is a question for the room, actually. We got heads up that the world is ending, right?
San Antonio's always been a religious ass city. I always knew y'all bring up shit like this all the time.
Facts.
It's like Spurs games and church. All right,
Bro, you seen Ginobili candles? You know what time it is.
You're absolutely right. Right? So we're like, fuck. Well, let's put together, if we're going to do Texas hip hop, let's put together a capsule. What is the one Texas album you were putting in the capsule?
I think the answer to that, it wouldn't be an album, it would be a mixtape. Right? If it was Texas.
Let's do it.
Come on. Don't be ashamed.
That was a reflection of other shit I heard, right? Oh, man, I don't know. I kind of want to say 3 in the morning.
3 in the morning. yeah, DJ Screw, 3 in the morning, yeah.
And you don't have to understand the words at all. You can play that in any country.
Yeah.
And I used to do that shit. I used to go we do big ass fucking festival shit like that.
Yeah.
I DJ'd after party somewhere. We end up at some after party with crazy ass people.
Yeah.
Rick, play with you, like what do song with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever accent they're from and shit. I'd be like, listen to this and be like, this is magical. I would turn people on to so much Texas shit. And this was the easiest one. Or June 27th.
Yeah, for sure.
June 27th and that one are kind of tied. But one of those two.
One of
I had
those
to
two.
put one of those in a time capsule and be like, this is it.
This is it.
Yeah, one of the June 27th also too, man.
Bad.
That was also too when I moved to Austin in 99, like that same shit. Some after party with a bunch of strippers or some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Someone's tape, someone's shit's broken.
It's
No,
broken. No, it's done like this on
no.
purpose. Yeah.
And that just mind-boggling to me.
And they're like, what?
And
then
that
all of a sudden they nod to it. Like, yo, this is a
anytime
vibe.
you hear like that shit, right? You hear
Yeah.
it slow down something. Because that man, DJ Screw, did it, right?
Yeah.
I think that.
Changed the game for sure.
And made us proud of us being from here.
Exactly.
Before we were like, Texas had like an identity crisis. Like,
Yes.
we were
1,000%.
like, do we do cowboy? What do we, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Oh, you ride horses? Nah. We ride slabs.
Yeah,
foes.
we had to put the Wranglers back in the closet and be like, "There's other things we could wear."
Yeah, we definitely still got some Levi's or Jabos and got the Stay Flow out and starched them, you know, super creased up. You know what I mean?
100%.
Squirrels, what you throwing in the capsule, bro?
I mean, this shit.
Yeah, what are y'all throwing? I'm
This shit changed.
Riding dirty. Yeah.
This shit changed my whole shit up. I mean, because I was East Coast since I could remember. Like my early.
That shit, I was on. That was on the. That was awesome. If it was like a top 10, it'd be that one.
Yeah.
June 27th, right? It'd be Ghetto Boys in there.
100%.
And that's what that was my pick.
It'd be DSR. It'd be the Freestyle Kings album. You heard that one?
Yeah, absolutely.
With Salih Williams, who did all the production on it. The guy who did Still Tipping.
Yeah. So we had a set.
Oh yeah,
at
Dallas.
Togetherland. Yeah. So we only had like 15 minutes to really talk to him, and he gave us so much game within
It's
those
the third
15
one.
minutes, man.
That one.
He gave us so much game within those 15 minutes, man. It was like, bro, I felt like I rushed you off. So next time you pull up, like we gotta have a
we
real
gotta
down.
have this version, the hour plus. Just
Yeah,
be able
man.
to get to it, man. But yeah,
DJ Bull, shout out Bull, man.
Sound of no. Power on Commander.
Get your mind correct.
Would be in there.
Oh my god, that has to go in there. See, and I knew we couldn't just throw one in there because Get Your Mind Correct has to go in there for sure.
But also like
I think one of the more recent ones that
by Boucher, like those tapes.
Yeah.
You just start going down.
Oh, we're talking about the Color Changer clip?
Yeah.
Let Your Nuts Hang, Bobby Boucher, Starvin' Marvin. Yeah, bro. Like come on, bro.
It's amazing, and it's amazing art.
Yeah.
That he drew. That you're not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Commander used to draw those covers.
Yeah. Look, they go to Starvin' Marvin right there on the far right. Is that Ace Ventura? Oh, you passed the Starvin' Marvin.
Starvin' Marvin's a truck.
Homer Pimpson. Starvin' Marvin was
Pimpson.
Homer Pimpson was one. Starvin' Marvin. Yep, that's one of my favorites. Starvin' Marvin. First we were starving. Yeah, that's my shit. Another one that I was gonna say too. I like Trey's Restless album. Trey's Restless was that was one of them ones, bro.
I like the ABN albums. Were my favorite.
Oh yeah, the ABN ones was crazy too.
And then South Park Mexican, man.
SPM.
All those SPM albums, like
this would be
Hillwood
my
Hustler.
This is
the Reveille Park.
This and not a lot of people go for this one, man. But I think
that one jammed.
Yeah, man. At his peak, at his peak, man. This shit was like they just freestyled, bro, and this shit sold out. You couldn't. I mean, you had to go to the flea. I had to go to the flea
Those
market.
two, and then the little flip tapes.
Oh yeah, the
That
little
would be
flip tapes. Yeah, for sure.
I-45, I'd probably put that one in.
You putting a Leprechaun in there?
I like the mixtapes before Leprechaun. But
Yeah.
I don't mind Leprechaun. I can do that. Is the one.
Nah, for sure.
Leprechaun before the other one album. Let's see. Everyone had that bitch.
Yeah, everybody had Leprechaun. I swear, like that shit. I couldn't go nowhere without hearing. If I spill a drink on my clothes, I could do that. It don't matter because I buy me some more. Like that shit was everywhere, everywhere, bro.
I like how you just rap like a fun, like Too Short rap like that too. Like, you know, talking about just like very like just having a blast.
You're right.
Freestyle.
A beat comes on, he's just
because to me that kind of rap it reminds me of Mexican corridos because Mexican corridos are just kind of like rapping on what's happening. The same thing. They're just kind of like a beacon of what's happening. We're just documenting this and you know what I'm talking about. And so that's what it felt like with Flip and Too Short. Like they're just documenting what's happening.
Yeah.
So it just kind of had that vibe. Rick Ross be on that shit too. Like
He really
do. Like kind of storytelling, kind of rap.
yeah, and he's kind of real subtle with it too in his voice. He doesn't really demand like
and those Mexican corridos are like kind of like that too. It's just real subtle. You're like, shit, this is some G shit without like saying the actual word.
Right.
So it's pretty cool.
100%.
Oh man, anything else, Scrolls?
That's it, man. Again, we could be here for longer, man.
Man, yeah. I know it's kind of late.
It's late.
I know I got to get back on the road and all that, man.
I gotta check the ways to make sure I'm going the right way.
Try to dodge traffic, man. But nah, Rick, man, we appreciate you pulling up, man, and taking your time out your busy schedule to come kick it with us, man.
Man, thanks for having
Share
me,
your
bro.
stories, man, for sure.
Bro.
And we hope to link up again somehow.
Keep the podcast going. It's a great
Thank
podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
that shit up.
If they want to get in touch with you, where can they find you at, man?
Man, at Rapid Rick is my handle on Instagram. Whatitdo.com, DJRapidRick.com. It's all there. You can still buy some merch just like this, man. But yeah, there's my shit, latest stuff, latest mixes. You can listen to What It Do Say. It's all up on there, and holla at your boy.
Yeah, man. So, Skrills, where can they find you at,
Shit, man, wherever Rapid Rick is spinning next, man. I saw an R&B night there.
Bro,
Excuse me?
That night, it's called R&Bingo.
Ooh.
So what I do, this is the shit. It's like maybe about 85% women go to this thing. It's on Wednesday nights in South Austin, super South Austin.
Okay.
And so there's bingo cards and they'll have like Keisha Cole or Selena, Beyonce, all these like just artists, Usher, all this stuff just randomly.
Yeah.
When I DJ the songs, like DJ the artist, you put a bean like Loteria on it.
That's hard.
4 in a row, up, down, left, right, or diagonal's a winner. They're collecting names of the winners, and hopefully they'll get them some Usher tickets. So as you're a winner, you get like prizes like a drink or whatever.
Yeah.
But also you get entered to be a raffle to get
The
some
Usher
R&B badass shit. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's fun, bro. That's cool about being in your late 30s and 40s and stuff. You get to do shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a vibe, bro.
It's live.
That's super live,
Come
man.
check it out.
Nah, for sure. We got to make a trip, Skrills. And that's where you can find me at, you know what I'm saying? At MAZI'S WORLD Official and on the road trying to go to Austin for R&B night, you know what I'm saying?
See, that's what we should have done. You should have done the podcast over there. So next time we got to do a podcast.
Absolutely. Let's set it up. Say when. We pull it up.
Yeah, we mobile. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can move around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most definitely, man.
All right. I got a couple badass spots that we can do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
For sure.
And if you want to wrangle up some people from Austin, man, that you want to invite to,
I think that'd be a cool one to do, right? Like just some Austin bubbling talent. Yeah, and there's definitely a handful.
whether
of
it be
dudes
that
got
or
some
just
shit.
or just that legacy, talent, man. You know what I mean? Because one thing about us, man, is that like we love giving flowers to those that we grew up with, but also being tapped in with those that are doing it right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we've been looking to tap into Austin in a very big way, right? A very impactful way.
Yes.
But respectful as well. And I think being you, man, I think you might be the way to.
Yeah, there's definitely I definitely stepped out of the Austin game for a good minute, but I definitely know a lot of people, and I definitely can at least ask around to see who even if the people I'm not thinking about, to keep them included. Yeah,
For sure.
So we can reach out for sure.
Hell
100%.
yeah. For sure. And while we're there, we're also going to pull it to Piranha Records and do some shopping.
Come on.
Yeah.
Shout out, Piranha.
Yeah, they still got the dope stuff.
Yeah, they still do.
And on vinyl, too.
Yeah,
100%.
man, for sure. All right, man. Your boy Mazi Rapid Rick, man. We'll holler at y'all. You already know, man.
Thank
I
you, bro.
appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
We'll holler at y'all. Peace.
Maserati.
So focused, I just need some meaning to my name. Plus, I'm cheating with these codes. If you thinking it's a game, that's real talk.